Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you some tips and tricks for colouring treasure, and we're going to colour this golden goblet which is in the castle. So the first thing you have to do is grab some blank sheets of white paper and pop them behind the sheet that you're working on just to cushion it and also to catch any transfer of ink. Now we're all set, let's get colouring. You will need your copy of Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, your Staedtler Ergosoft colouring pencils, I'll write the exact numbers I use in the show notes below, a white gel pen, and I've used a couple of Staedtler metallic markers. So first up we're going to colour this little section of the goblet with the gold. I'm going to use my Ergosoft colouring pencil and just really gently build up some layers of colour, and as you can see with this one I've pressed harder around the edge of the gemstone and also the edge of this panel and left the middle almost white so that it looks shiny. So there you go, that's the two gold panels. Don't be afraid to leave a little bit of white for the paper to show through. I think that just makes it look really shiny and gives the idea of a reflection. And now I'm going to do this little red ruby in here. So for stones like this that look like they've been cut, I always try to work out where the light's going to come from. So for these ones I'm thinking it's kind of coming down like this onto this corner here. So that means this panel is going to be really dark. So push hard on these ones, as is this panel. And then for everything else, I would push hard at the edge and kind of go lighter into the middle. Again, don't be afraid to leave a little bit of white paper. I think this just gives the impression of a shiny reflection. And then I'm going to do dark down here, going to light at the top, and I'm going to leave a little white kind of gutter of an outline around here to again give the idea of that reflection. And then lastly, I'm going to grab my gel pen. And I'm just going to do a couple of little dots and highlights to give the impression of twinkliness. Oh, and I'm also going to colour in dark blue, this little gemstone up here. So it's got the light coming from this side as well, so I'm going to colour the whole thing really dark blue and then add a little white highlight here. And with these little blue beads, I've coloured them all dark blue, and then I'm just going to go back with the white pen and add the tiniest of dots always to this sort of top right hand side to make them look as though they're catching the light. And then here, this little teardrop gem, I'm going to grab, I guess it's a bit like an amethyst, grab your colouring pencil, and I'm going to colour the lower section really dark and then get lighter as I go up towards that sort of tip bit. And again, don't be afraid to leave a little bit of white paper showing. And with the gold here, what I try to do is always colour darkest underneath the stones or at the edges, and then have this sort of white halo in the middle where it's really pale to give the idea of shininess. This bit here I'm going to do the same, so dark at the edge and then it'll fade to light. So as you can see, this bit here and here is definitely the palest section of yellow, and that's just to give the idea of the reflection catching it right in the middle and making it look super shiny. And then around the edges and at the bottom here, I'm just going to go back over and give it a bit more darkness so you get that impression of depth. Then lastly, I'm going to grab my metallic marker. So this is the gold. These have got quite thick nibs, so I just use it for detailing as opposed for colouring. So I'm going to do a little line of metallic dots all along here. And a couple in here. So there you go, there's some quick tips for colouring treasure. So there's some helpful tips and tricks for colouring all the sparkly things that are in the castle. I can't wait to see the creations that you come up with in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. Thanks for watching and happy colouring!